World-known day called Quitters Day. It is the second Friday in January where people tend to quit their goals. We need to be like, okay, the world says this, but I'm gonna do this. I'm saying Persistence Day, 31st of December, because we're being persistent. You need to think of these things as habits. I want to implement this in my life. That is something I am not doing in 2025. I do not want to be overwhelmed. I want to take one step at a time. Proverbs 18 verse 9, slack habits and sloppy work are as bad as vandalism. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So it is 2025 and I wonder, have you ever started the year with some great New Year's resolutions? Wait, it's been a while since I've heard that term. No one really uses the term New Year's resolution anymore. It's just about goals, vision boards and plans. But have you ever started the year with all these major goals and then within the first week, you've stopped them? Like you haven't been able to keep on track? Yeah, well, you're not the only one. And that is because a lot of people get into this situation. And there is a world-known day called Quitters Day, which is the second Friday in January. And it is known by that time that loads of people quit their goals. So in this video, I'm here to make you guys understand why that happens so you can avoid it and also give you clear tips on how to avoid it. Because this year we are ticking off all the goals that we have for ourselves, all the goals that God has called us to do, and we are ticking them off and we are not succumbing to Quitters Day. So just a little bit of background, how I even found about Quitters Day. I was in my kitchen, had the TV on blast, and there was an Apple advert and they spoke about it and I was like, oh my gosh, so this is actually a thing that the world has actually named a thing. And you know, when something has a name, people just succumb to it. Oh, anyway, it's Quitters Day. You know, it's not like I was going to do anything this year. And that is where we need to put a stop on that. We need to be like, okay, the world says this, but I'm gonna do this. Do you know what I mean? Especially as a child of God. I'm a Christian, so I will not succumb to the worldly terms. I'm gonna succumb to what the word of God says. And it tells me to be consistent. I will not give up. So yeah, that is something that I just wanted to give a bit of clarity where I found it from. Some of you might already be aware of the term, but if you're not, it is the second Friday in January where people tend to quit their goals. So yeah, let's get into this video a little bit more. And if you're new, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. When I read online a bit about Quitters Day, they said it's because we set unrealistic goals. But with my mindset, I don't believe that nothing is unrealistic. I believe that nothing is impossible with God. But I do believe that sometimes we overdo it in terms of saying, I want to go to the gym 10 times a day. Honey, it's not logical. That's not to say it's impossible, but you're wearing yourself very thin. So I think that a lot of times we might give ourselves hundreds of goals. And I've done that in the past where I set so many goals and it was just overwhelming. And that is something I am not doing in 2025. I do not want to be overwhelmed. I want to take one step at a time. And if you have me on TikTok, I said that on January 1st. So also make sure to check me out on TikTok. But yes, we are taking it one step at a time. And we are also being intentional with the goals. So yeah, people tend to quit because they've given themselves so many goals that aren't as logical, not saying realistic or impossible, as logical to do. And the reason why they're not logical is because there's no real strategy. You just listen to a lot of things that you want to do without no strategy and without any logical reasoning on how to embark on those goals. So that is why. And personally, like I said, I've done it before, I've written out so many goals. And I, as a media entrepreneur, if you guys aren't aware, I own a media business called MQ Media. I have to have goals for my business. I have to have goals personally. I like to have goals spiritually as well. And I've also been thinking about career kind of goals and passion project goals this year in specific. So I have like 3 pillars of goals. And I have to be very intentional because now I'm not just thinking about my goals. I'm thinking about the business. I'm thinking about my career. I'm thinking about my spiritual growth. So I've broken them down because there's been times when I just had literally a page of like up to 50 goals with no strategy, with no deadline, and just, yeah, I didn't do anything. So that is a popular reason why people tend to quit before the 2nd January. I keep on saying 2nd January, before the 2nd Friday in January. So if you know that is you and you want to not quit this 2025, then stay tuned for the next part. So in this part, I'm going to talk a little bit about persistence and how my faith has also helped with that. So in the Bible, there's a scripture that I want to share with you guys. It is, one moment, Galatians 6:9. It says, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So having these beliefs and having these values ensures that I keep on doing what I'm supposed to do. So if you aren't somebody of faith and you feel like there's nothing motivating you, you need to actually go back to your purpose and try to, for me, that's where I find my purpose. I find my purpose in God. So if you're not someone with faith, you have to find the meaning behind what your goals are for, why you're doing that. For example, why do I put a goal that I want to be fit and healthy? And that is not me saying I want a certain body type. It was just me literally saying I want to be fit and healthy, because I know in the Bible it says our bodies are temples of God and we need to take care of these bodies. And generally speaking, people have that term to health is wealth, because if you're not healthy, you can't make money, right? So understanding the reasonings behind the goals, not just, oh, I want to be fit, or, oh, I want to make money. Why do you want to make money? Do you know what I mean? For me, I want to be prosperous because the word of God tells me I am prosperous. I am already prosperous, so I just need to step into that. But for somebody who just says they want to make money, if there's no meaning behind that, if it's because, oh, you want to pay off this certain debt, or you want to, be comfortable, you want to travel, if there's no reasoning behind that goal, there's no reason for you to be persistent. But where you have something ahead of you, a bigger long-term vision of those goals and the meaning and reasoning behind it, then you will stick to it. So that is where, that is opposite of quitting, really. So if someone would say quitting day, 2nd Friday in January, I'm saying persistence day, 31st of December, because we're being persistent. So now on to how to avoid quitting and experiencing Quitter's Day. I have 5 points on how to avoid it. So let's get into that. Set manageable goals. So not realistic, not possible, manageable. How will you manage this? So say you have a big goal, because this year we're doing big things. So emphasis on not realistic. I'm not talking about like limiting yourself. I'm thinking think bigger than yourself, but set how to manage it, because it's good for you to have that amazing big goal, but if you don't know how to break it in and do it bit by bit, then you ain't going to achieve that goal. You're going to quit because it's just too big. It's beyond you, that it's overwhelming you. But if you have this manageable goal that you can, this big manageable goal that you can, break into pieces, maybe, okay, in order for me to reach this big goal of mine that is manageable, I need to break it into 6 pieces. And I'm going to break that into, every 2 months I work on something within that goal. Say it's YouTube. You want to reach 100,000 subscribers. Say that's your goal. You have January, February, you're working on this part of it, which is being consistent. You're going to keep on posting once or twice a week. So then I've locked this in. So now I can move into the next thing. Okay, I'm going to buy this software so I can upgrade my editing. But if you do everything literally in January, it's going to overwhelm you and you're probably going to stop and you're going to think, I spent money for no reason on this editing software. It's because you haven't handled the first part of that goal. Do you know what I mean? So setting manageable big goals is the first tip. The next one is a little bit similar to the first one. It just bounces off of it, and it is create habits. So I said in the first point, having manageable goals that you can break up into bits and pieces. And I also mentioned about posting a video once or twice a week. That can become a habit because you're used to doing something. So if we use it on another goal, let's say exercising, make going to the gym your habit, make walking your habit, not just, oh, I want to exercise more this year. I want to exercise more this year. You need to think of these things as habits. I want to implement this in my life. For example, like I said, I want spiritual growth this year. So what are the habits I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure I read my daily devotional every morning. I'm going to read my Bible study. I'm going to listen to a message. So it's like making it your lifestyle. These are habits that I now have implemented into my year that will allow me to accomplish that goal. But if you don't have them as habits and you literally just have blocks of things because you've now ticked off number 1, which is manageable goal. Okay, you have a manageable goal, but you don't know how to make those things an everyday thing of your life or every week thing of your life, then it's going to be hard. So think of these things as habits, okay? So even for me, I want to be fit, I want to be healthy. I need to start buying I'm saying it because I'm in America, multivitamins. So that is a habit. Every morning I take a vitamin. I'm saying vitamin. Is it vitamins? Okay, I'm English, but I live in America. Vitamins. Take your vitamins every morning. That is a habit, and it's a habit that will help you accomplish the goal of being healthy. Do you know what I mean? So have habits. That is number 2. Now, on to number 3, accountability. So accountability can be in so many ways. Accountability can be in a person, finding somebody that, you feel comfortable enough to share your goals with. Sometimes I know people are very wary, and it's true. Sometimes you don't want to expose a seed that hasn't even been watered on yet. But having somebody accountable, or just, even if it's okay, you don't want to share the bigger picture with them and you just want to tell them, oh, I want to be taking my vitamins every day this year. They might not know that your goal is to be healthy, but at least that's a habit that you now have because of that goal. So at the end of the week, they're like, oh, did you take it? You'd be like, yeah, I did. Or, no, I didn't. But having that accountability, somebody that you respect as well, because if your accountability partner is your 6-year-old sister, you haven't got the accountability part ticked off. So finding somebody that can keep you accountable is very helpful when it comes to not quitting early within the year. Now, on to number 4 is tracking your progress. So I did a video, a nighttime routine, where I showcased my planner that I'll be using for 2025, and I have been using it. I love the calendar, and I love the book because it has each month separated, and at the start of each month, it lists down like a page where you can write your goals. So I personally have all my goals in one section of the planner, but then for each month, because I'm breaking it down because they're manageable goals, I'm breaking it down on the first page of each month, which goals, what I'm going to do in that month to ensure that goal is being worked at. And then I will tick them off. It has a space where I can tick it off as well. And within the planner, it has the days where I can write my habits and what I need to do. So yeah, having that is really, really good. Also, just to bounce back on the accountability, my friend and I, we are going to be not meeting up virtually because she's in England, at the end of each month, just to go over what we did and also to pray ahead for the new month. So if you're thinking, oh, who can I make an accountability? You can literally have a prayer accountability, somebody from your friends, community, church, anything. So yeah, that was just to touch on the accountability. But keep track of your progress is so essential, especially when it comes to business, because at the end of the month you can see how much you guys have got in terms of finances and how much you've had to spend, expenses, income, and then you can see, okay, is this towards our yearly, financial gain, or is it not? How can we ensure that we can better it next year? And if it is, you see what you've done and do it even more better with other things that you plan on adding throughout the next few months. So tracking your progress also motivates you because you know you're getting somewhere with it. But if your progress is all the way on the 31st of December, you're not going to be able to continue, because even in school, we don't just have our final exams when we start school. We literally have little exams at the end of each term to see, are we understanding what we've just learned? And then we learn something else, and then we have those exams again. And then at the end of the year, they bring everything together, and then that's when we have our finals exam, right? So just like that, be tracking your progress at each stage, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly. If you have a journal, be writing down what's happening, explain how you're feeling. So definitely do that. It would really, really help with you avoiding quitting. And then number 5, drum roll please. Maybe I'm drum rolling because I can't remember my 5th point. Let me quickly check. Okay, don't let setbacks stop you. So it is bound to happen. no matter how amazing the year is. And sometimes that is what makes it amazing, is that you faced that challenge and you overcame it. And with me, I believe that's how God just always shows himself, like with a testimony, like to have a testimony, you may have to be tested, kids. So yeah, don't let the setbacks fail you, like stop you. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't achieve what I was supposed to within this month, like, no, that's it. No, use that as a motivation. Do you know what I mean? And also, because you have accountability partner, it's less possible for you to quit anyway, but just not allowing that to stop you. Like literally yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I went to the gym for the first time and I was in so much pain. And I could be like, I'm not doing this anymore because I took 2 weeks out, I'm not doing it, I can't do it. But I said, no, Monday we go again. I did a small session, not as good as how I was doing in 2024, but I did a small session because I know slow and steady wins a race. So don't let setbacks stop you, okay? So those are the 5 points. I really do hope that they helped, and I am counting on you guys. I'm here, I'm supporting you guys. I'm your cheerleader for 2025. Be my cheerleader too, guys. Comment down below. You know, share things that you guys also realized in 2024 that helped you from quitting things. Obviously, this might be a new term to you, and we're trying to get rid of it. We're trying to get rid of the term, okay? Because we're not quitting. We're persistent. We're being persistent this year. So yeah, let me know what goals you guys are working on this year. If you're happy to share, if you need somebody to be accountable for you, like write down in the comments. And I'm speaking this into existence because I'm speaking into existence the community that is going to write down in the comments. So yeah, if you have any goals that you want to share or you want somebody to hold you accountable, then definitely share that as well. And I'm looking forward to the content this year. Content's going to be a little bit different, as I mentioned in one of my videos. Last year, I wanted to really emanate, you know, what I'm striving for and what I'm working towards this year. It was all a bit different because I moved to LA in September last year and I was focusing so much about that and just sharing that experience with you, which I absolutely loved. And you guys will still be getting some bits of LA. You're not just going to get my bedroom, but you're going to see more. So stay tuned and make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I love you all and God bless you. Bye.